Now, he continued again addressing me, I have received a pilgrim, a disguised deity, as I verily believe. Already it has done me good. My heart was a sort of charnel. It will now be a shrine. To speak truth, sir, I don't understand you at all. I cannot keep up the conversation because it has got out of my depth. Only one thing I know. You said you were not as good as you should like to be, and that you regretted your own imperfection. One thing I can't comprehend. You intimated that to have a solid memory was a perpetual bane. It seems to me that if you tried hard, you would in time find it possible to become what you yourself would approve, and that if from this day you began with resolution to correct your thoughts and actions, you would in a few years have laid up a new and stainless store of recollections, to which you might revert with pleasure. Justly thought, rightly said, Messiah, and at this moment I am paving hell with energy. Sir, I am laying down with good intentions, which I believe durable as flint. Certainly my associates and pursuits shall be other than they have been. And better, so much better, as pure ore is than foul dross. You seem to doubt me. I don't doubt myself. I know what my aim is, and what my motives are, and at this moment I pass a law, unalterable as that of the Medes and Persians, that both are right. They cannot be, sir, if they require a new statute to legalize them. They are, Messiah, thought they absolutely require a new statute. Unheard of combinations of circumstances demand unheard of rules. That sounds a dangerous maxim, sir, because one can see at once that it is liable to abuse. Sentence is sage, so it is, but I swear by my household God's not to abuse it. You are human and fallible. I am, so are you. What then? The human and fallible should not arrogate a power with which the divine and perfect alone can be safely entrusted. What power? That of saying of any strange, unsanctioned line of action, let it be right. Let it be right, the very words. You have pronounced them. May it be right, then, I said as I rose, deeming it useless to continue a discourse which was all darkness to me, and besides, sensible that the character of my interlocutor was beyond my penetration, at least beyond its present reach, and feeling the uncertainty, the vague sense of insecurity, which accompanied a conviction of ignorance. Where are you going? To put Adele to bed. It is past her bedtime. You are afraid of me because I talk like a sphinx. Your language is enigmatical, sir, but though I am bewildered, I am certainly not afraid. You are afraid. Your self-love dreads a blunder. In that sense, I do feel apprehensive. I have no wish to talk nonsense. If you did, it would be in such a grave, quiet manner, I should mistake it for sense. Do you never laugh, Messiah? Don't trouble yourself to answer. I see you laugh rarely. But you can laugh very merrily, believe me. You are not naturally austere, any more than I am naturally vicious. The lovewood constraint still clings to you somewhat, controlling your features, muffling your voice, and restricting your limbs. And you fear, in the presence of a man and a brother, or father or master, or what you will, to smile too gaily, speak too freely, or move too quickly. But in time I think you will learn to be natural with me, as I find it impossible to be conventional with you. And then your looks and movements will have more vivacity and variety than they dare offer now. I see at intervals the glance of a curious sort of bird through the close-set bars of a cage. A vivid, restless, resolute captive is there. Were it but free, it would soar cloud-high. You are still bent on going. It has struck 9, sir. Never mind. Wait a minute. Adele is not ready to go to bed yet. My position, Messiah, with my back to the fire and my face to the room, favors observation. While talking to you, I have also occasionally watched Adele. She pulled out of her box about 10 minutes ago a little pink silk frock. Rapture lit her face as she unfolded it. Coquetry runs in her blood, blends it with her brain, and seasons the marrow of her bones. Il faut que je le sais, cried she, et à l'instant même, and she rushed out of the room. She is now with Sophie, undergoing a robing process. In a few minutes she will re-enter, and I know what I should see. A miniature of Céline Morin, as she used to appear on the boards at the rising of. But never mind that. However, my tenderest feelings are about to receive a shock. Such is my presentiment. Stay now, to see whether it will be realized. Here long, Adele's little foot was heard tripping across the hall. She entered, transformed as her guardian had predicted. A dress of rose-colored satin, very short and as full in the skirt as it would be gathered, replaced the brown frock she had previously worn. A wreath of rosebuds circled her forehead. Her feet were dressed in silk stockings and small white satin sandals. Est-ce que ma robe va bien? Cried she, bounding forwards. Et mes souliers? Et mes bras? Tenez, je crois que je vais danser. And spreading out her dress, she chassed across the room, till having reached Mr Rochester, she wheeled lightly round before him on tiptoe, then dropped on one knee at his feet, exclaiming, Monsieur, je vous remercie mille fois de votre bonté. Then rising, she added, C'est comme cela que maman fait, n'est-ce pas, monsieur? Precisely, was the answer, and comme cela she charmed my English goat out of my British breeches pocket. I have been green too, Messiah, grass green. Not a more vernal tint freshens you now than once freshened me. My spring is gone, however, but it has left me that French floweret on my hands, which, in some moods, I would fain be rid of, not valuing now the root whence it sprang, having found that it was of a sort which nothing but gold dust could manure. I have but half a liking to the blossom, especially when it looks so artificial as just now. I keep it and rear it rather on the Roman Catholic principle of expiating numerous sins, great or small, by one good work. I'll explain all this some day. Good night.